The Brussels landmark is
the best three-dimensional one atmosphere onto the date incorporating control systems, which the contemporary operating systems, bus systems, database systems, software systems, hardware and gadget unit systems are completely new defined.
the destination of this presentation is
Understanding the enrolled invention for the patent to show the state of art to the observer and the advantages opposite to the contemporary.
to understand the invention through a picture system.
The presentation offers a constructive picture system concluded into themselves with unambiguous assignments.
Fundamentally, you have to free yourself from the thoughts of the today's standing position of technique.
Because the fiction only has a few common with the contemporary IT technique and process control.
The invention leads automatically to new terms in the information of technology.
It expects a three-dimensional raster thinking of the technical operation up to the information processing.
What does the date incorporating control system offer you?
This system joins the contemporary state of art in all known fields.
It is a secure, neutral, flexible, worldwide open, low maintenance unit construction system.
This is allowed by the main item of the invention.
The employment of the system requires no user education but a short developer education.
The customer is led after a proposal starts step by step through pictures in a way without question mark adding information. The developer receives the main item education of the fiction.
It unites the computer technique and the process control through the main item of the invention.
The main item of the fiction performs in this case inside the system and system externally as a catalyst.
It integrates neutrally the computer software and the process control software.
The main item of the fiction contains, per step, an object code of all today known programming languages.
It integrates neutrally all analogs, digital hardware, gadget units under software control.
The main item of the fiction acts as hardware and gadget unit education. In gadgets, driver.
It consists only of a construction program for all applications.
This program cross-links several main items of the fiction to the three-dimensional date incorporating operation group, which is represented through a high-powered multi-stage three-dimensional network planning technique.
It consists only of a course program for all applications.
This program associates at every new start the object codes of the main items of the fiction to an applications program, which is never on a storeroom medium.
There are no more interfaces in the sense of the contemporary IT tech.
As well software as also software-controlled hardware gadget units fit seamlessly into the system.
It resists from itself to 100% from all viruses without additional virus program.
Through an arrangement with the original main item of the fiction in the sabotage-protected data pool and the application main item of the fiction. With this parity, the SIG application main item is automatically replaced through the original main item and cured, thus during the workmanship, the wound.
It resists from itself to 100% from all unauthorized accesses of data from extern and intern.
Through an arrangement with the original main item of the fiction in the sabotage-protected data pool and the application main item of the fiction, plus chip card. With this parity of the date interlock code, the SIG application main item is automatically replaced through the original main item and cured, thus during the workmanship, the wound.
There is no more reorganization or defragmentierung from file or memory necessary.
The new multi-stage high-powered one three-dimensional matrix database makes it through the separation of postal address structures and data structures possible, an important basis for the auto-immunization.
The main item of the fictions as a symbol.
The main item of the fictions becomes in the date incorporating control system to the operation of the automatic course of dependent at each other end, or courses of the events concatenated with each other, as a raster model designates. The raster model consists of two parts, the display and the function. Your idea property is now in demand. Before you, a quadratic grid pattern lies as face, length equals L, once width equals B. L is the first dimension and B is the second dimension. A grid pattern is designated as a table. A grading stretch is designated as a shaded area. The grading stretches of the grid pattern are separately, with a postal address combination of L and accessible B. The extension of the grid pattern is high-powered, up to the physical boundary of the arranged medium. Before you, a quadratic grid pattern lies as face, length equals L, once width equals B. When you stack now several of such grid patterns into the height equals h on each other, then you form a grading die from that. H is the third dimension. The grading stretches in the grading die are separately, with the postal address combination of L, B, and accessible H. The extension of the grading die is high-powered, up to the physical boundary of the arranged medium.
These grading dies will accompany us through the whole presentation.
The operating system, bus systems, database systems, software systems, hardware and gadget unit systems, after the state of technique, are defined with the date incorporating control systems through raster module groups again and united together in such a grading die. The multi-stage, high-powered 1 3-dimensional network planning technique allows the loading of the grading die with individual raster modules. From here to everyone must be clear that the contemporary state of technique was absolute neutralized. That you, per raster module, every step separately to be able to check in the date incorporating control system.
It follows a hard description of the raster module. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the main menu. Now only supplements of the deepening of the fiction follows. The display as a symbol forms the screen generation as an unambiguous step-by-step user prompting without foreign language knowledge worldwide in every country. The grading die with his grid patterns in the third dimension is always covered.
The display is latched by language in the wanted table, in the wanted shaded area of the grading die. A display can open itself too, and close then again before the next application step follows.
It follows a hard description of the display. Ladies and gentlemen, now the next supplement appears. Another 17 of the fiction follows. The function as a symbol. The dn3dn forms network diagram sections to the operation of the automatic course of dependent on the each other and or courses of events concatenated with each other. The grating die with his grid patterns in the third dimension is always current.
The function is labeled by language in the wanted table in the wanted shaded area of the grating die. The function as intelligent hardware. The function as an object code. The function as intelligent brain. The function could contain as introductory interim solution also a system adapted whole program of the contemporary state of technique.
It follows a hard description of the function. Ladies and gentlemen, now the next supplement appears. Another 16 of the fiction follows. The raster postal address is a symbol. LBH is the intersection point from the coordinates of the three dimensions. The grating die with his grid patterns in the third dimension is always
The raster postal address is the navigator in the grating die. All shared date incorporating control system components use the navigator. L, B, H, D1 in brackets D2, comma, D3, and so on, are the diagonal detent wheel addresses in the grating die for special functions.
It follows a hard description of the raster postal address. Ladies and gentlemen, now the next supplement appears. Another 15 of the fiction. The network diagram node as a symbol is the function as an intelligent hardware, the function as an object code, the function as an intelligent brain cell. The grating die with his grid patterns in the third dimension is always current.
Only the function is a network diagram not in the grating die. From the multistage high-powered 1 3-dimensional CPM network planning technique, in brackets DM3DN.
It follows a hard description of the network diagram not. Ladies and gentlemen, now the next supplement appears, another 14 of the fiction. The CPM network planning technique, critical path method, as a symbol is the consideration of the representations you already acquainted. The grading die with his grid patterns in the third dimension is always current.
In the picture you now see two of such grid patterns into the height equals h opened. H is the third dimension. Here is a symbolic red stroke. The blackly framed shaded area in the table as a tier 2 in the grading die. The red line as combination of tier 2 and tier 3 in the grading die. The green framed shaded area in the table as a tier 3 in the grading die. Explain ambiguously the system of the multi-stage high-powered once three-dimensional CPM network planning technique, in brackets DM3DN. The Brussels landmark demonstrates, unlike the symbolic red line, H as a third dimension, with star-shaped spreading in the grading die, not only to the tiers 2 and 3, but in several tiers, in brackets tables, to several simultaneous shaded areas, in brackets network diagram not. The CPM register contains the genuine data structure with the functional numbers predecessor or successor of the date incorporating control system in the third dimensions as an illustration. That in the CPM register entered connections of the third functions are made completely visible in the lowest representation.
It follows a hard description of the CPM network planning technique. Ladies and gentlemen, now the next supplement appears, another 13 of the fiction. The basis direction system as a symbol is the consideration of the representation that follows now. The grading die with his grid patterns in the third dimension is always
The illustration shows a section of the multi-stage high-powered one three-dimensional power bus system, in brackets DM3DP, consisting from tables of the tiers 1, 2 and 3 in the grading die. After the state of the technique has the basis direction system in part a little common with the kernel, in brackets CPU, Central Processing Unit. The basis direction system manages the complete direct addressing and the complete data flowing guidance in the third dimensions of the date incorporating control system of all connected hardware and gadget units. It started the basis direction system while booting through the CPM course program.
It follows a hard description of the basis direction system. Ladies and gentlemen, now the next supplement appears, another 12 of the The power bus system as a symbol is the consideration of the representation that follows now. The grating die with his grid patterns in the third dimension is always current.
The multi-stage high-powered one shows the illustration three-dimensional power bus system in brackets DM3DP consisting from tables of the tiers 1, 2 and 3 in the grating die. After the state of technique, the table has of the tier 1 of the power bus system in part a little common by contemporary date and postal address bus. The power bus system is the one under software control only three-dimensional platform to the net-like union of all hardware and gadget units. The power bus system is manned between basis direction system in brackets DM3DP raster model direction systems.
It follows the hard description of the power bus system. Ladies and gentlemen, now the next supplement appears, another 11 of the The raster model direction system as a symbol is the consideration of the representation that follows now. The grating die with his grid patterns in the third dimension is always current.
The illustration shows a section of the multi-stage high-powered one three-dimensional power bus system in brackets DM3DP, consisting from the tables of the tiers 1, 2 and 3 in the grading die. After the state of technique has the raster module direction system in a little part common with the customer software systems. The raster module direction system controls the commercial and technical application drains packed in the network diagram section DM3DN in the third dimensions of the date incorporating control system of all known fields. It started the raster module direction system in brackets network diagram section DM3DN with the crisp card through the CPM course program.
It follows a hard description of the raster module direction system. Ladies and gentlemen, now the next supplement appears, another 10 of the fiction. The CPM construction program as a symbol is the consideration of the representation that follows now. The grating die with his grid patterns in the third dimension is always current.
The CPM construction program puts together the basis direction system, power bus system, and the raster module direction system by language command through the manual and automatic decisions from individual raster modules to network diagram section DM3DN in the wanted table in the wanted shaded area of the grating die. The CPM construction program constructs therefore the scaffold of the multi-stage high-powered once three-dimensional CPM network planning technique in brackets DM3DN in the third dimensions of the date incorporating control system. After the state of technique there are versions, updates, software systems, crashes with contacts. The CPM construction program allows all adaptations after the newest state of the technique through purposeful, seamless insertion, add, deleting, substitution of individual raster modules or network diagram section DM3DN, at which the rest of the date incorporating control system remains surely uncharged. Therefore, neither versions nor updates still system crashes. After the state of technique, the software development is complex and unclear. Therefore, software errors emerge also after years through thoughts, gaps again and again. The CPM network planning technique does not make any open thoughts possible, forces the contemplation, does not approve thus any software gaps.
It follows a hard description of the CPM construction program. Ladies and gentlemen, now the next supplement appears, another 9 of the fiction. The matrix database as a symbol is the consideration of the representation that follows now. The grating die with his grid patterns in the third dimension is always current.
The illustration shows the complete structure of the multi-stage high-powered once three-dimensional matrix database in brackets DM3DM. The standard furnishings exist from two same grading dies on the two separate storage medium fields. The matrix database shows a data block consisting from tables of the tiers 1, 2, 3 and 4 in the grading die. After the state of technique has the matrix database in part a little common with the file and database systems. The matrix database requires no reorganization or defragmentierung more due to postal address structures.
It follows a hard description of the matrix database. Ladies and gentlemen, now the next supplement appears as a matrix database application example of the patent agency. Another 8 of the fiction follows. The matrix database as a symbol is the consideration of the representation as an application example of the patent agency that follows now. The grading die with his grid patterns in the third dimension is always current.
The illustration shows the complete structure of the multi-stage high-powered once three-dimensional matrix database in brackets DM3DM. The standard furnishings consist of two same grading dies on the two separate storage medium fields. You consider the DM3DM entrance index for the matrix database grip commands, of course also in the raster module technique. DM3DM entrance index patent worldwide, Germany countrywide, patent agency customer equals 160 151 233 equals company X sensor 1.
It follows a hard description of the matrix database. Ladies and gentlemen, now the next supplement appears. Another 7 of the fiction follows. The CPM course of the program as a symbol is the consideration of the representation that follows now. The grading die with his grid patterns in the third dimension is always.
The CPM course program works at every new start or if required through the grading die net again in order to associate started DM3DN network diagram sections in executable operations. The wounds are cured in this case by modifications and computer viruses automatically. The display connections are in the screen bumper. The functional connections are in the main memory. Above on this page you see a commercial date incorporating control system. Below on the page you see a technical date incorporating control system. A display can open itself as network diagram section under DM3DN in brackets with technical troubles with pictures and clay processing with information programs and so on. After the state of technique have the executable operations something common in part with the contemporary computer software and the process control software. The CPM course program can start manually and automatically.
It follows a hard description of the CPM course program. Ladies and gentlemen, now the next supplement appears, another 6 of the fiction, the product brand.
The product brand, a small I, stands for the information technology and for a future revolution in the science, the technique and the software.
Ladies and gentlemen, now the next supplement appears, another 5 of the 5 alphabetic characters of the word tower in the dot on the I of the product brand.
The 5 alphabetic characters of the word tower in the dot on the I of the product brand are the 5 function levels of the data incorporating control system.
Ladies and gentlemen, now the next supplement appears, another 4 of the fiction, a small application view of the data incorporating control system.
This not complete application view of the data incorporating control system, only the feeling of the possibilities is supposed to mediate to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, now the next supplement appears. Another 3 of the fiction follows. It does not give any interfaces in the sense of the contemporary IT technique more.
Dear Sir and Madam, you understood the date incorporating control system. Let the pictures speak now for themselves.
It follows a hard description. Ladies and gentlemen, now the next supplement appears. Another 2 of the fiction. It resists from itself to 100% from all viruses without additional virus program. It resists from itself to 100% from all unauthorized accesses of data from external and internal.
Dear Sir and Madam, you understood the date incorporating control system. Let the pictures speak now for themselves.
It follows a hard description. Ladies and gentlemen, now the next supplement appears. One more of the fiction. There is no more reorganization or defragmentierung from file or memory necessary.
Dear Sir and Madam, you understood the date incorporating control system. Let the pictures speak now for themselves.
It follows a hard description. Ladies and gentlemen, now the final assessment of the fiction appears. The final assessment of the fiction.
Dear Sir and Madam, you understood the date incorporating control system. Let wander your thoughts now during the reading of the final assessment of the fiction.
The inventor Peter Klassmann has now the final word.
Ladies and gentlemen, with the available date incorporating control system, all weak points of the contemporary IT technique are eliminated. I thank quite cordially for the listening.